Morning students, my name is Shalini Mudliar and I am your social studies teacher. As we have completed our 2 lessons of history, today we are going to start with our subject geography. The first lesson is the earth and its gratitude. Okay, in this chapter we are going to learn about what is being called as gratitude and how to find the location on the earth. Okay, let's move further. So when you are going to open your textbook, you are going to see in the first page only they have given the world map. Okay. In this there are 7 continents. The first one is Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, Europe, North America and South America. And India is located in which continent? That is Asia. Okay. As you all know, the famous monument of our country, that is Taj Mahal, it is located in which place? That is Agra. And Agra is there in our country, that is India. And India is located in which continent? That is Asia. Okay. So when you are going to see that map, here you see that there are some children you can see on the map, right? The names are Hendrik, Graham, Natalia, Katya, Shahid, Minakshi and Mikicho. So when we are going to ask them the direction of Taj Mahal from the place they are there, so they are going to give the different answers for it. Okay, that means that any monument is located at a particular place on the earth. However, when the people from the different place tells its direction from their respective places, their answers vary. Thus, the use of directions and subdirections alone doesn't help us to accurately describe the location of a particular place on earth. It is necessary to use the exact system to state the precise location of any place. Okay. That only we are going to learn further. Okay. Now, we'll see what is this. See the picture. This is the picture of earth the earth is rotating in this picture. Okay. And you can see the lines on the earth. Right. Now further, see this, the length of the east-west diameter of earth is 12,756 kilometers and the length of north-south diameter of earth is 12,714 kilometers. As we cannot make lines on the earth to divide it, why it is? Because there are forests, uneven lands, innumerous islands, of different size buildings, oceanic waters are there on the surface of earth. Therefore, we cannot determine the location of the place. It is practically impossible to draw an horizontal and vertical lines. For that only the geographers has developed a miniature model of earth, that is globe. You can see in this picture now, it is globe and you can see the lines are there on the globe. We can make horizontal and vertical lines on the globe, but we cannot make the lines on the earth. That is practically impossible. You can see we can make horizontal and vertical lines on the globe, but that we cannot make it on the earth. So now we'll move further to the next topic, that is angular distance. Okay. So consider this circle as a earth and we have put a point in the center of the circle. Okay. And now we are going to make a imaginary line, straight line from the north to south. We have joined our line from center to the surface, to the east side. Okay, and this is what at the place of the equator, the middle of the circle. Then what? This, with the help of this radius, now the circle is being made. Okay, that is it is there in the equator part, so it is being called as equatorial plane. Okay, and now we are going to make angles here. See, here one angle I have made, that is x and y, and we have given each point's names. Okay, now we have given this XMV as 30 degree, and now you tell me what is the angle of VMY. It is 60 degree. As we have made a circle here in the middle of the equator part, like that only we are going to make the angle circles here up as well as down. Okay, at the both the side we are going to say, at the up side the x is being considered as 30 degree north. Why it is? Because it is there in the north side. And down at the y it is being considered as 60 degrees south. Why? Because it is there in the south part. Okay, now we are going to go further to learn the parallels of latitude. See here, the lines are there now. You can see the lines on the earth, right? So the horizontal lines what you are able to see, that is what we call as the parallels of latitude. Why it is considered as parallels? Because the lines, whatever it is drawn, they are parallel to each other. As you can see the equator part, small here it is given an equator. The equator is being considered as 0 degree. Okay. And as we will go further, the degrees measure increases. Okay. The east and west circles created at the some angular distance from the center of the earth are called as parallels of latitude. The angular distance of all parallels are measured in degrees and are called as latitudes. The parallels of latitudes are parallel to each other. The parallels of latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines. They are imaginary horizontal lines. Okay. Now we are going to learn about equator, north hemisphere, south hemisphere, north pole, south pole. Okay. What is equator here? The line which is there at the middle of the circle or earth, it is being called as equator. Okay. The equator is considered as zero parallel. It is largest parallel and are known as a great circle. The equator bisects the earth into north and south part. The one to the north is called as northern hemisphere. This part is called as northern hemisphere, and the one which is there at the down, the south part, it is being considered as southern hemisphere. Towards the north and south pole, parallels of latitude progressively becomes smaller and smaller in size, but their angular value becomes increasing. Means as we'll go further from the equator to up, the angular value becomes increasing, but the size decreases. Okay. At the end, at the north and south pole of the Earth's axis, the parallel appears as a point. See here the points you can see. The upper point is considered as north pole and down point is being considered as south pole. Okay. Now we are going to learn how to give the names to it. For example, if we are going up, okay, at the northern side, then we'll tell this as 10 degree north, and if we are going down to the southern part, then we are going to tell it as 10 degrees south. Okay. At 0 degree, there is a equator. One can draw 90 parallel lines in the northern hemisphere. Okay. So it starts from 1 degree north to 90 degree north. Okay, similarly like that only when we will go down, one can draw 90 parallel lines in the southern hemisphere from 1 degree south to 90 degree south. Okay, thus one can draw 181 parallels on the earth at the interval of 1 degree. 1 degree means what? 1 plus 90 plus 90. Okay, understood? Yes. Then we'll go further. Labeling. How to label it? Okay. Labeling the parallels. While labeling the value of parallel, it is necessary to mention whether it is in northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere. The parallels from the northern hemisphere are referred as what? You can see, we'll start with this diagram only. Then go further from 0 degree upside, then what it is given? 10 degree, right? So it is there in the northern part, so we'll name it as 10 degree north. Okay, similarly like that only when we'll go down in the southern part from the equator, then it is there in the south part, so we'll label it as 10 degree south. Okay, so we have learned this. Now we are going to see this diagram, right? Okay, and here you can see the earth axis is given, this middle line which you are able to see, that this is called as earth axis. Means the equator is there here and will go up. Then the size increases but the value of this degrees increases. Okay, the equator line is given and the circle which is being formed with the help of this parallels. In the middle line only it has been called as equatorial plane and the earth center is being pointed out here. Earth center. Okay. Now we are going to go further to the next topic, that is meridians of longitude. Okay, as we have learned up how the parallels are being divided into two, that is northern hemisphere as well as southern hemisphere with the help of equator. Now we are going to learn the next topic, that is meridians of longitude. Here the north and south semicircles are created at the some angular distance from the center of the circle. You can see the lines, vertical lines here. So this lines are being called as meridians of longitude. Okay, the angular distance of all meridians are measured in degrees and this are called as longitude. What it is called as? Longitude. The meridians of longitudes are imaginary vertical lines, means as well as meridians of longitude as well as the parallels of latitudes are imaginary on the earth, that we cannot draw it on the earth, right? Next we'll go further. You can see the 0 degree meridian. 0 you can see on this figure. 0 degree is also called as prime meridian and also it has been called as Greenwich meridian, which you can see here, right? The angular distance from the other meridians are measured from the prime meridian. As we have learned, like equator only, we are with the help of equator only we are able to learn the parallels. Like that only with the help of this prime meridian we are able to learn the further latitudes. Okay, further longitudes. 0 degree meridian and 180 meridian lie opposite on the globe, forming a circle. This circle divides the earth into east and west parts. This part is being considered as east and this part is being considered as west. Okay, and the one to the east is called as, you can see here, the one to the east is called as eastern hemisphere and the one to the west is called as western hemisphere. Okay. The total, now we are going to learn the next topic, that is the total number of meridians on the earth. At 0 degree, there is a prime meridian. What it is? The prime meridian. 0 has been considered as what? Prime meridian. Okay, there is 180 meridians lying opposite to the prime meridian. Means, as you know, if a circle is there, when we are going to divide it into half, then the semicircle's angle will be 180. Okay, like that only, semicircle is considering how many? 180 meridians lying opposite to the prime meridian. Means at the one side 180 and the other side 180. Okay, but we can draw only 179 meridians at the eastern hemisphere and 179 meridians in the western hemisphere. Now we are going to learn how to write the meridians in the eastern part as well as in the western hemisphere. Okay, how we are going to write if the meridians are there in the eastern part? For example, see the next 0 degree, then what it is given? 20 degree east. Means it is important to mention where in the which hemisphere it is. So we are going to mention that 20 degree east, and like that. Okay, now the next topic what we are going to learn is, see here, the distance between the parallels and meridians. Okay, and now we are going to learn about the distance between the parallels and meridians. The distance between the two adjacent parallels is same as everywhere. The parallels are same, but the meridians distance may differ, are not the same. So distance between two adjacent parallels are 111 kilometers. Okay, the distance between two adjacent meridians are maximum on the equator and goes on reducing towards the pole. It is 111 kilometers at the equator and 0 at the poles. And now we are going to learn the values of parallels and meridians in degrees, minutes and seconds. Okay, to locate the place within the distance from 111 kilometers exactly, the unit of degree is further divided into minutes, seconds. Okay. As you can see, to find out the location, now the parallel line and the meridian, the parallels of latitude as well as the meridians of longitude, where it joins, the point which it is formed, that place is being considered as the location of a place. It helps us to find out the accurate location on the earth. Now we are going to learn the next topic, that is graticule. Graticule. That is, graticule means what? The net. You can see here the lines whichever it has been made on the earth is being making a form image like a net. So this net has been considered as this net is being called as graticule. A graticule facilitates determining the location of a place on earth. Okay, the various systems for determining the location of earth are there. So the first, the method of latitude and longitude is used even in the today's modern age quite effectively for determining the location. So now in our today's age also we are using this all thing, that is GIS. GIS means what? Geographical Information System. And next is GPS. You know na GPS full form as Global Positioning System. And the next is Google Maps. We are mostly people are using this time, that is what? Google Maps. And the next is Wikimedia, and you can see the Bhuvan of ISRO. So this all things are being used to these are the systems which we are using to determine the location on the earth. That is what? GIS, GPS, Google Maps, Wikimedia, Bhuvan of ISRO are the some other systems for determining the location on this system makes us on latitude and longitude for determining the location on the earth.